How is everybody today? Here we are. Booster pack number 3, Dark Minions. This is the last one to open in that first little group of 3 that I had ordered. And from the first 2 videos, those first 2 packs. So, not going to drag on too far. Let's just jump right into opening this pack. That last pack was pretty. I did like a few of the cards I got. Just for throwing into a deck. My little adventure deck that I have set up, there's a few that works with that deck that I have made up, so that's cool. But then also, I think this one was probably artwork wise or card art wise, the Uttermost Foundations. Really happy with that card just for the card art. I think that's really cool. Definitely one of my favorite pulls recently. Just card art, just because of card art. So let's see what we get in this last. Maybe we'll get a few more cards we don't have. I suspect I'm going to start seeing quite a few common cards again, just because that's kind of the way it is. I've read some stuff about kind of booster packs and the direction they've gone with them, just in any card game. And I think it's like you're not, I don't know. I've been out of any kind of CCG for so long, but I read that a lot of card games have gone to like their boosters having fewer cards, which isn't even bad because the cards that they're not putting in are commons. So it's like instead of getting like 9 commons, 4 uncommons, and one or 2 rares, they're just given like a few commons and then the same number of uncommons and rares. So probably paying the same price, but you don't get just a huge back catalog of the same cards, repeats. I was going through a few of my bags from like the White Hand, that booster box I had bought, and then the Dragons, and just some of them I had organized a little bit, and there's 15 copies of the same card. Just 36 booster packs. Opening them up, you get those few commons that are just repeated over and over and over again. So it's definitely wouldn't even mind boosters. And if I'm incorrect, if that's something that card makers are not doing, it's like I'd be all for that, man. Throw a couple less, save yourself some money, a couple less of those commons, increase your profit margins, and keep the game going longer, whatever the game is. And we don't need. I can live with 10 copies of the same common card instead of 15. You know what I mean? But let's see. So I'm kind of expecting to start seeing a lot of repeats in these Dark Minions. I've opened a few packs now, but let's go ahead and get this booster pack going here. Kind of getting a cold. I don't know. Had to happen while I was on days off. Couldn't happen while I was at work, of course. All right, here we go. Notice I opened the booster pack like a civilized human being. Okay, so neither so ancient nor so potent. That's pretty cool little kind of cool art there. So that's cool. I'm still pulling some uncommons that I don't have. Or I'm just so unfamiliar with this pack that I'm not realizing I've pulled these before. That's pretty neat though. So playable on a stored item. Return an item to opponent's hand, discarding all attached cards. Place this card in opponent's marshalling point pile. So it's a marshalling point grab card. Cool. Cup of Farewell. Looks like Galadriel or something. Excuse me. Okay, so playable on a company at a haven during the organization phase. Once during each of your turns, you can tap a character in this company. If the company is at a haven, to take a minor item from your sideboard into your hand, show opponent. Cannot be duplicated on a given company. Okay, that's cool. Oh, yeah, see, I've had this card before. I recognize this from when I was a kid. Omburiam, however you would actually pronounce that, however it's intended to be pronounced. So I've owned that card before. So I know I've had some Dark Minions back in the day. Same with this one, Reluctant Final Parting. Had that one. Shadow Out of Darkness. So I guess this is my rare, which I have never seen this one before. That's cool. Shadow Out of Darkness. Let's show you this. Get a visual on that. If you can see it, hopefully it's not all blurry. Playable on a face-up agent who can use shadow magic. Okay, so another agent card. I need to start a little stack with all the agents and then any supporting agent supporting cards if I really want to get into maybe throwing some agents in a deck and maybe playing with them or learning how to use them. If agent is revealed and not in a freehold or haven, he can tap to allow any undead hazard creature to be played at his site this turn. That seems pretty good. Any undead hazard creatures so played do not count against the hazard limit. Yeah, that's actually no wonder that's a rare. That's a pretty good card. My deck consists, I'd say 1/3 of the enemies are, or creatures, hazard creatures are undead with some undead support. I don't get to play them often. I think I mentioned that in a previous video because I don't spend a lot of, my company never spends a lot of time in a dark hold or shadow holds, wherever a lot of the time they're typically allowed to be played, but it is what it is. Okay. And so agent, yeah, so many characters in this deck or in this expansion are agents, and I'm starting to wonder, are like, I guess that's the whole theme of Dark Minions, which I guess makes sense with the name, is like the agent is the big new mechanic that was introduced in Dark Minions, I guess, and really the cards seem to encourage that. So I guess if I'm buying Dark Minions, I should really get to know the agent rules. So that makes sense. I still have Gisolf, I guess is how you say that. I still have this one I got from FedEx the other day. I think it's 4 more of these Dark Minion packs, but I also, the last video I released, I think I won a bid on 4 packs of the Wizards, so I'm actually really excited to get those boosters because just been opening these Dark Minions now, a few videos of these booster openings, and I wouldn't mind switching it up. I might even save these 4, and then when I get those Wizard packs, I can kind of bounce back and forth between Dark Minions and the Wizards, just because, opening the same expansion, you see so many repeats of the same cards. It's just not as satisfying. 2 or 3 tribes present. I've had that one. I think I might even have this in my deck. Let's see what it does. Playable on a company moving with at least 2 wilderness, 1 shadowland, or 1 dark domain in their site path. When played, announce a creature type except for Nazgul, undead, or dragons, like orcs, men, slayers, drakes, etc. For this turn, any hazard creatures of this type played against target company do not count against the hazard limit. There's some good support cards. Like, that is something I would put in my deck to play against the company. And I don't know if it might just be the way I build my deck. I'm probably pretty conservative when it comes to. I'm definitely play conservative when it comes to the rules. I'm a big permanent event kind of guy. I like to get a lot of permanent events in play. If I got 2 or 3 hazard creatures in my hand and then a couple permanent events, and I'm allowed to play 2 hazards, I'll choose the permanent events just to get them on the company before I play the hazard creatures. That's just myself. I think they're worth the time investment of the turn investment, I should say. So I like that one. Secret Waves. This is a card I've had. Yeah, I've had all these. These are all the commons. So if you've opened any packs of Dark Minions, I don't expect that any of these are going to be something that you haven't seen, which might be lies because I don't have many of these packs, and so far every one of these I've been in possession of in the past. I don't know if you saw that one. I Know Much About You. Again, had that one. Rank Upon Rank. In Darkness Bind Them, which I've had this, but I think I'm going to read it real quick because I can't remember what it. Any creature that can be keyed to a Shadowland may be keyed to Ithilien, Harendor, Horse Plains, Kond, Imlad Morgul. I can't even pronounce any of this stuff. Nirn, Gorgoroth, Udun, and Daggerlad. Any creatures that can be keyed to the Dark Domain may be keyed to Kond, Imlan, Morgul, Nirn, Gorgoroth. Yeah, I can't even follow that, so probably won't get used. Pierced by many arrows. We've seen that in the last couple openings. Forewarned is forearmed. Permanent event. So that's the last common in the little booster pack there. So that's cool. Okay, so I definitely 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm pretty sure that's how this is working out. So 4 uncommons seems to be 4 uncommons and then 1 common. But this, or I'm sorry, 1 rare and the rest are commons. But this shadow out of the dark seems, I'm going to read it one more time. Playable on a face-up agent who can use shadow magic. If agent is revealed and not in a freehold or haven, he can tap to allow any undead hazard creature. Okay, so yeah, you could build a whole undead deck with this in mind. I just found out, I had posted a comment on Reddit asking about how many cards can be put in a deck that aren't unique. So like something like this permanent event, you could put 3 into a deck and into a hazard kind of deck or into your deck, and up to 3 of them, and then build supporting cards off of this supporting card. Something like, what are some of those? Oh, here we go. Some of these, I call them foundation cards. So Gates of Mourning is like a pretty popular one. Let's say you were doing a deck with undead creatures, and stuff like this would be kind of your foundation cards. So find multiple of these, put 3 of those in, and that would be a good one for that, I think, if you were going to build a deck kind of around undeads. And I do actually like this uncommon that I got. The first one I pulled, neither so ancient nor so potent. Well, I like the card art anyways. Let's see what it says one more time. Playable on a stored item. Return item to opponent's hand, discarding all attached cards. Place this card in opponent's marshalling point pile. Okay, I'm not really understanding. Playable on a stored item. Return item to opponent's hand, discarding all attached cards. Place this card in opponent's marshalling point pile. So maybe you guys will know when that would really come in handy. So it would make sense to me if this doesn't give your opponent marshalling points, because you would lose marshalling points with this card discarding any stored items. Maybe the idea is to take their marshalling points, but kind of one of the negative effects of the card for whoever played it is you're getting 2. So if, let's say, they have a stored item that has like 5 or 6 marshalling points because it's held at a dwarf hold or something like that, maybe this is going to take 6 of those, but then they're still getting 2. Maybe that's what it is. Or again, maybe this is almost one of those cards that would be a really good foundation card, and there's another event that paired with this does some pretty crazy stuff. I don't know. Maybe you guys do. Maybe you guys have it in your decks already. I just have no idea. But I do like the card art of that. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I might open these ones up eventually. I think I'm just going to wait. I'm getting to the point where I'm seeing a lot of the same commons here. So just to break it up, probably wait to see when those wizard packs get here, and then kind of do 1 dark minions, 1 wizards. I think that would be a little more eventful for me anyways, pulling cards from a booster. The same boosters over and over and over again. Excuse me. But yeah, cool. So that concludes all 3 of these boosters, the dark minions that I originally had. And that was kind of my goal. I was just going to do 3 videos of the opening of those 3 boosters. Now anything I do past that is just a bonus for me. Maybe a way to, again, kill some time and make some more Middle-earth content, which is lacking on the internet, and I can help contribute to that. All right. Well, have a good day. Thanks, guys.